All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's Warrior Tuesday stream. It has been quite a while since I've streamed. I have been in Europe for quite a few weeks, but we're back now in the States. We've been to some ProQuest. The meta has evolved, and yeah, it's time to break it down a little bit, figure out the best angle of attack. I have put out some deck techs recently. If you're into Fang or Dorinthea, those are good places to start. But I have made some revelations in the last couple days, and yeah, we're gonna talk through it. There's a lot of depth to the conclusion I'm going to eventually make, and I hope that you guys learn something very, very valuable today. In fact, I think not just the Warrior players are going to get something out of this. I think, well, let's just say I hope the Florian players do not watch this video because I'm going to break down a lot of things, and I really, really hope they still are uninformed. Let's just put it that way. All right, so let's not waste too much time. When's the Control Syndra deck tech dropping? I don't know, Talon. You must be new around here. I don't make non-warrior deck techs, so but we'll let some people kind of filter in. In the meantime, I'm going to talk a little bit about my time in Europe and the last couple of days. Playing in the ProQuest and stuff. So I went to Europe a couple days early. I was in Amsterdam, very, very beautiful place. Visiting a friend there, got to test quite a bit of games of Fang. In the end, I could not get a build of Fang to consistently beat Aurora. You basically had to high roll quite a bit with Fang, and it didn't quite feel right. Enigma was not like mega favored. You were decent into Florian, but like it was still losable. You didn't really want to sit across like a mega aggro deck like Phi or Syndra either, because there just wasn't enough runway. Prism was not great either because you didn't run poppers. So as much as I love Fang, uh, I don't think it was the right call for Pro Tour London. I did end up playing him in the calling though, but that did not go very well. But that's all right. So we ended up registering Dorinthea for the Pro Tour, and this was a pretty standard list, running a little bit more attack reactions than normal, and running CYB. Very similar to my Worlds list, you could say. So it was missing things like Snag, which really bit me in the butt because I ran into a new and literally in round one. But we went 4-4 overall at the Pro Tour. So we didn't make day two. Or did we go 5-3? I can't remember. We were close. We were one win off of making day two, but we didn't quite make day two. I'm not actually sure if I should share this or not, but I believe that I could have made day two if there wasn't if I didn't play against somebody that was cheating. So I have a very, very, very strong feeling that one of the players I played against was cheating. I don't want to talk too much details about it, but yeah, let's just say that you definitely at all rated events you should be shuffling your opponent's deck. I always do that, but let's just say you might want to count their deck from now on and make sure that they're presenting 60 cards. But we'll let the judges sort out that because I did talk to the head judge of the Pro Tour. We'll see if there's any consequences for that player. But yeah, So we went 4-4 in the Pro Tour. Didn't make day 2. Sad day. We played in the calling, and I think I just mentally wasn't fully there. And I played Fang, and the deck just did not draw very well. I lost to a Florian, and then an Aurora, and then a Syndra, and then I dropped. So I literally cannot remember ever going 0-3 in an event, ever. So that really was not that was not good. But we played some side events. I got to actually meet James White, which was kind of cool. It was very, very nice to get to talk with him. And then we flew back to the Netherlands to spend some more time with my friend. And we went to Germany. So if you've ever if you like roller coasters, there's a theme park in Germany called Phantasialand. And that's a great, great place to go if you're into roller coasters. They have a roller coaster where you're sitting forward. And it's going 70 miles an hour. It's really, really good. Flew back to the US, and I landed on Sunday, I think. And then let me tell you guys what not to do. Don't land Sunday and go to a ProQuest on Monday. Don't do that, especially if it's 4 hours away. That was a very, very bad decision. I was so tired, so jet lagged. Driving back after the event was brutal. Definitely don't do that. I had 2 more ProQuests this weekend. I did very well at both of them. I mean, I got into the top cut with a very, very good record in both of them. But I did lose to a stack Florian in the top 8. And then I lost to a CYB Fatigue Bravo in the top 4 of the other one. And for those of you who follow me on Twitter, I did rage tweet a little bit about how I'm going to bring AB3, Jubil, and Decimator Great Axe, and I'm gonna fight fire with fire. But I actually came to a conclusion. I was testing with one of my teammates yesterday, and I had a major revelation about the Florian matchup. And this really comes from practicing against good players. If you practice against bad players, you're gonna get bad data. So, yeah. So, let's jump into a little bit. I'm going to kind of take you on a journey, okay, guys? And then we're going to build a deck list, and we're going to play some games. That's our goal today. There's a lot of depth that goes into the collusion of why Bolton is bad. You mean conclusion? Only Warriors watch this stream. Well, yeah. Let's promise not to share this stream with the Florian players. Did you see an LSS dev said Fang was favored into Aurora? That is... I would love to see a build of Fang that is favored into Aurora. Basically, you both do the same thing, but Aurora has the consistency of doing that from the first turn of the game. I'm not saying Fang is bad into Aurora, but you have to be high rolling pretty well to get there. Did I miss much? No, you did not. Is it Fang time yet? If Aurora leaves, it could be Fang time. We're getting close. Same here, Josh did 0-3 in an army with Fang and decided to go with Dory for the PQI City. Oh, there you go. Made it to second place, lost to a really good Florian in the finals. Okay, well, that's... I do think there is a solution to Florian, although data will say that this is a very, very cursed matchup, but I think it's because we haven't been building our decks correctly. And part of that's on me because, a lot of people... When I say something or make a deck tech, a lot of people just take that as the word of God, and they just blindly copy what I do. They parrot what I say. And generally, I know what I'm talking about, guys. But it's still a lot of responsibility to do that. All right, let's chit chat a little bit about some of this stuff here. Okay, so the metagame minute for the ProQuest Week 2. So if you've been living under a rock, Enigma and Zen have LL'd. That has created several things in this metagame. As you can see, Aurora now dominant. Florian, who lost 2 of their bad matchups. Like Enigma had a board state that was very, very hard for Florian to deal with. Zen could rush Florian down and was very difficult for, like, to fatigue. Yeah, so we're seeing them occupying half of the wins for week 2, which is actually nuts. And then we have some assassins, you know, even the Guardians are starting to pick up here, and Wizards and Illusionists, like, it's just, we're going back to something that we've seen happen several times now. So every single time an Illusionist has left the game has changed significantly. So the very first Illusionist to leave was Prism. What was her title? The other Prism. Man, I'm bad about this. You know, the original Prism. I forgot her title, actually. Chat, help me. What was the original Prism's title? So when Prism left, Oldhim started becoming much, much, much more popular. Briar also, well, Briar was good into Prism, but that was basically Briar, Oldhim, and then we had Lexi come along. Sculptor, yes. Sculptor of Arclight. Yes, yes, yes. Sculptor of Arclight. Yes, yes, yes. So when Prism Sculptor of Arclight left, Oldhim moved in, and I remember there was a very, very degenerate calling where there was like Fatigue, Oldhim, Fatigue, Bravo were like the top decks. Okay, then we had the next Illusionist was Dromai. When Dromai left a little bit after Pro Tour Los Angeles, because I remember Dromai was at Los Angeles. And I remember there was a European calling, and there was just like DGA decks everywhere, Bravo Fatigue. There was a Kano combo that was going around. There was, so that meta was also very, very, very defensive as well. And finally, with Enigma leaving, we're seeing decks like Florian. Jarl can be built aggressively or defensively. We're seeing Bravo even come out. I cannot emphasize how annoying playing against CYB Fatigue Bravo is as Domblade Dory. Like, that was that was not a pleasant experience. So yeah, that TLDR, when an Illusionist leaves, the metagame changes massively. Now, here's the thing. Aurora is actually very close to leaving as well. So you do the math. She's at 914 now. Each of these wins is worth 3. If Aurora wins the same amount of events, she's gone next week. Now, there are 5 weeks for ProQuest Singapore, right? So, and I think she's very likely to get, like what is this? This is, she just needs to win 30, 29. She could win 29. If she wins 29 ProQuests, she's gone. So, I think Aurora is not long for this world at all. So, now here's the thing. Today I'm gonna show you guys a build for week 3 of Singapore ProQuest. But actually things change like immediately the day after. Because I think the correct deck build for week 3 and week 4 are gonna look completely different. Right? In fact, the hero choice might even change, or the weapon might even change. Like, we might even see, I've conceptualized it a little bit. Hatchets might come back. We'll see. But yeah, just keep in mind that basically Aurora is gone by week 4, almost certainly. Now, if she's not gone by week 4, she's gone by week 5. Like, guaranteed. So what happens when we lose the main aggro deck of the format? Well, you have to keep in mind that Aurora is actually a special aggro deck, right? Because she's not just an aggro deck, she's an aggro combo deck, which is very, very rare in Flesh and Blood. So I think if Aurora leaves, we are going to see the most defensive meta we've probably ever seen in this game. What has led to this? The Illusionist going away, the book banning, and the lack of an aggro deck that has combo potential. So if we step up and we say, okay, well, theoretically, a deck like Phi is unfatigable. Sure, but that's still cutting it really, really close because Phi doesn't actually produce higher than 3 values per card generally. So it might come full circle. Phi might actually save us all. We'll see. Like decks that are very, very, very aggressive, like Slippy, I don't see how you're punching through against a very, very defensive deck. Decks that try to combo. The skill ceiling required to play Prism or Kano against a very defensive deck is actually quite high. You really need to know what you're doing with the hero. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that when the meta becomes very, very defensive, what are we supposed to do as Dorinthea players? My initial thought was, all right, everybody's played a ton of D-Reacts. Let's just play a third cycle game with them. We'll play CYB, and we'll get there. Now, that works against some decks. You play against a Verdance, you play against a Vincent, and you're running CYB, Dorinthea, you win those, right? However, New and Florian actually beat you in the ultra long game, which is the big revelation I had is that Florian, a good Florian wins every late game situation. Let me repeat that. A good Florian will win every late game situation against any build of Dorinthea. Okay? So, same thing with New. You'll run out of cards, right? So, the solution against these two heroes is not to go to an ultra late game. It's to kill them really fast. Now, they do have two weaknesses that we can exploit. Florian has to get his hero ability online. There are certain cards he has to keep because they're his power cards. And his armor suite is not amazing until he has his hero ability online. Same with New. In order for New to get chi cards into her deck, she's going to have to no block you on some of the turns. Now, the beautiful thing is that playing aggressively into Florian and New is also the solution against Aurora. Because you can't just sit around and play footsie with Aurora. You gotta, you can block a bit, but when you draw the right hand as Dora, you gotta go against Aurora. So the beautiful thing is that we could build our deck in the same way against all three of these heroes, which is actually the biggest revelation I had in the last 48 hours. Okay? So, I actually, before we get into deck building, I actually want to come to this notepad here because this was actually a very, very complicated, it took a while to get to this state. So let's start off with, okay. I was thinking, should I use MS Paint or Notepad? But I was like, you know what, we're just gonna do this, okay? My computer drawing skills are not very good. Okay, so Dorinthea versus Florian. So I don't know if I want to say level 1 or step 1, phase 1 of the metagame. Okay, so at the beginning, lovely Unga Bunga build. Yes, we are basically making an Unga Bunga build. All right, so I'm going to preface this by saying DB Dory because I don't want to talk about the other ones. Okay, so at the very beginning, DB Dory was unfavored into mid-range Florian, right? The reason being Florian was disruptive, had evasive damage, had better numbers. The Dorinthea decks were not built ultra aggressively. Okay, so this was step 1. Okay, now a lot of people are still at step 1, but trust me, the metagame has moved further. Okay, DB Dory responds by adding CYB to deck. And okay, so what happened, and this was something I discovered, around Worlds, was if I had CYB, my deck beats a mid-range Florian deck because I just block everything and I extend the game to the late game and they have no more D-reacts, and then I have the life to play all my blues, and then I just double swing with Dawnblade and they're toast, right? This is extremely surprising to Florian players because they're like, well, I have Grasp of the Arknight and Reaping Blade. How could I possibly lose? Well, you would basically take damage, heal back, take damage, heal back, and at the end of the game, you would heal for a ton of life and then basically lock them out of the game with using your blues and maybe reds that you pitched in, right? Okay, so then Florian responds by adding Scepter combo. This is around, right? Okay. So this was like, this was during Rosetta release. This was like Osaka. Okay. This was probably a little bit before London, but this is like PT London was when Scepter Florian started becoming a thing, right? Okay. And stacking DB Dory. Okay. So Florian basically started blocking a ton, pinging them with the tree, making a bajillion rune stacks, and killing DB CYB Dory. Okay? So it didn't matter that you healed to 70. It didn't matter if you A-B'd everything. Spoiler alert, you're going to watch a game in a couple days when that comes out of this exact thing happening to me, right? Basically, because you were CYB and you had to account for Florian possibly being a mid-range deck, so you had to sideboard everything. Your offense was not good enough. And because you had AB1 only, they made 30-something rune chance with Scepter and the tree, and they pinged you for like 15. And that's how they killed you, right? So I'm going to... Can I make this a different color? No. Okay, so this was Florian favored, Dory favored, Florian favored. Okay? So now we have the evolution of okay? This was where I was at a couple days ago. Is okay. I was like, all right. I see your stupid Scepter Millennium Tree combo. If I have AB3 and I make Spellbane Aegis tokens, your Scepter and your Tree make no rune chance, and I win. Because I heal and you make no rune chance, you don't have a real weapon, so you lose. I think a lot of people are right. If you don't know anything about, if you don't play the game at a serious level, you're stuck here at level 1. If you're paying attention, you're probably at level 4 right now. But this is not actually where it stops. Okay? So now the matchup, again, has swung back to Dory favored, right? If you flip AB3 Jubil and they flip Scepter, you win. Like, impossible to lose. Okay? So, here's the key. The stacking Florian presents Reaping Blade and not Scepter. And guess what? This build can still make enough rune chance. Versus Jubil, CYB, AB3, Dory. Okay? You don't present enough pressure with Jubil, and your offense is clunky because you have CYB, that a non-tree Florian can still make enough rune chance to kill you. This happened to me against my teammate yesterday. And as soon as this happened, I felt like garbage. I was like my world shattered when this happened. I was like, uh-oh. Right? Florian favored, Dory favored. Florian favored, Dory favored. Florian favored. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Guys? I was thinking, there's no way to do it. There's no way to build a Dory deck that can deal Florian anymore. Basically, we get to step 6, and I'm like, huh? What am I supposed to do? Right? This is the thing here, though. This statement is not always true. That is the key. Statement number 1 is not always true if you build your deck correctly. Also, this is against a mid-range Florian deck with, CNC, Easter egg, stuff like that. A aggressive Dawnblade Dory deck can compete with a stacking Florian that presents Reaping Blade. And that is actually the key here. Okay? Aggro DB Dory can hang with stacking Florian with Reaping Blade. And this, my friends, is actually where we're at now. Very, very beautiful evolution of the game. Very, very, very beautiful evolution of the game. Now, why is this the correct solution instead of playing CYB against them? First of all, Florians can start teching with like poison the well and stuff like that. That'd be very bad for us. But also, whether they're mid-range, stacking with Scepter, or stacking with Reaping Blade, Aggrodon Blade actually handles all of them. Right? So let's break down each of those. Okay. 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 So here are the three situations that you could run into. Right? Let's start with this one actually, because this is the easiest one, right? So the basis of this is if they want to generate rune chance with their weapon, they need to take a bunch of damage. Right? This is the key. Right? If they want to send a tree, they have to take a bunch of damage. If they want to keep their tree multiple turns, they have to take a bunch of damage. Also, if you're rushing them down, they're not going to see all three of their trees. Okay. Also, they have to block with key cards or Dawnblade snowballs. Jubil does not snowball enough for that to work. CYB does not present enough of a clock. Okay? Is there like a... Okay, this editor is like super basic, but whatever. All right. Okay, so again here, if they present Reaping Blade, they don't need to take, they're just blocking with their tree if they're playing Reaping Blade, but there's still there's a lot of ways to trip them up before they generate 45. Okay? There's a lot of ways to mess them up. So, if you've looked at the thumbnail of this video, those are 4 of the cards that I think are extremely important against Florian. We got Provoke. Taking a card from them could mean they generate 3 to 5 less rune chance. Route ensures that you get damage in, and they probably couldn't use the card anyways. Dauntless just reduces the amount of damage that they can block. And Emboldened Blade can blow up any D-reacts that they set into Arsenal. Of course, we're going to run all the standard stuff as well. And again, the key is to go fast. Don't let them get their chess piece online. Don't let them get their boots online. Make them have to block with important pieces of equipment before they want to. Okay? So, all right. Now, let's go back to this, because this is potentially the most difficult one, right? But the key here is to remember that if they want to make a move with plow, under, felling, CNC, or whatever, they must take a round of damage, right? So that's kind of the key. Now, this is potentially still really, really difficult. Okay? This matchup is probably going to be difficult, but we're seeing that this type of Florian, we're not seeing it as much. We're seeing this type of Florian and this type of Florian. Especially if they're a newer Florian player, they're net deckers. All right? And this is the new hotness. This is the new way to play Florian, right? So, yeah. Okay. Any questions, class? It's simple. We play Fang. Fang is pretty decent against Florian. Rune Blade's always one step ahead. Oh boy. Rune Blade's Guardians and Illusionists have long been the core of this game. I know the feeling. Yeah, we basically had similar weekends, Diego. How dare they present the weapon we didn't tech for? Yeah. The problem with Dauntless is that Reduced Rune Chant ignores the effect if they use Reduce as their first direct. Sure. It still hits all the other Rune Chant generators, though. So. Okay, guys. How do other Dory builds fare, by the way? Obviously, we're Dawnblade focused here, but what about Hatchet, Dagger, Swords? I'm not going to talk about Dagger Dory or Sword Dory. I think they're just not as powerful. Hatchet Dory is interesting. Hatchet Dory is very interesting. I actually think... I don't know if Hatchet Dory puts out enough pressure against Florian, but maybe it does. I don't know yet. So, Hatchet Dory is actually... The thing that was holding back Hatchet Dory was Enigma and Zen. And Hatchet Dory is not amazing into Aurora either, but I think it's fine. I wouldn't hate taking Hatchet Dory to an event. Let's just put it that way. Okay, there's actually something I want to look up right now. Let me look at this. Okay, let me see if I can find something. All right. Okay, so this is the list that I'm talking about. Okay? So let's look at this list very carefully and identify a few things. Okay, so they're basically always running Barkskin, Well-Grounded, Grasp, Face Purg against us. Okay? What does that mean? Face Purg is going to screw us up once per game, unless we run something crazy like Iron Song Pride or something like that. Barkskin is going to provide a lot of value, but this also means Route is very good against Barkskin turns. Okay? Grasp is Grasp, whatever. Well-Grounded gets blown out by Jagged Edged. Okay? So keep that in mind. Okay? Next, look at the physical damage of this deck. It's very, very similar to well, Viscerai This is even more extreme than Viscerai. This is almost all arcane damage. Whether you're running Reaping Blade or Scepter, this deck does not have a lot of physical damage. Okay? You got 3 Fellings. You got 3 Summer's Falls, which they're probably not playing against us. They got 3 Ninth Blades, which they're only going to be playing one of them. They're going to block the other 2. They have several Plow Unders, sure. They got Autumn's Touches that they're never going to want to send. They got Fruits that they're never going to want to send. That's it. The physical damage of this deck is very low. It is all arcane damage. Okay? So, therefore, they have to build up enough arcane damage to one-shot us. Or nearly one-shot us. Which means, if they're blocking with a Read the Runes, that means they're not playing the Read the Runes. If we provoke this card, let's say we attack for 9, they block 9, we provoke the last card, and it's a Read the Runes, we just took out 3 damage from their deck, right? Same with a Deadwood Dirge. Let's say they blocked 9, and they want to play a Deadwood Dirge, and we provoke this last card. Crazy, right? Anything that generates a ton of rune chance, like Arcane Seeds, Life, Germinate, requires them to keep their hand. Cards like Looming Doom require a lot of time to kick in. Cards like Runeblood Barrier can get... Does this get screwed over by Jagged Edge? I don't think Jagged Edge kills all the rune chance, but... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember asking a judge about this. Yeah. But still, like, if they want to make rune chance, they have to take damage. That is basically the bottom line. Okay? Especially if they're playing Channel the Millennium Tree. Because if they play Channel and then swing Scepter, that's at least 3 cards. Right? And there's no world where they get 3 cards and we're not on a Dawnblade counter, right? Okay. So now we know what we want to target. Okay? We need to build a deck that can punch Aurora in the face. We need a deck that has enough aggression to deal with Florian. We need a deck that is aggressive enough into new, but maybe has a couple important D-reacts to deal with the new. Okay? Coming down the list here, we're going to probably want new and a Slippy, probably the same strategy. We could run a little bit of Arcane Barrier for decks like Kano. Definitely want some poppers for Verdance. CYB is very nice against against Prism. We want poppers. Verdance, having some CYBs is nice. But just looking at this, maybe we don't need CYB anymore. Looking at what this metagame looks like. Which is actually interesting. It's going to be it's been a long time since I've used it, or haven't used it. All right. The new Sharpened Steel Spill Blood combo is good. Yeah, Sharpened Senses, you mean, but yes. How far are we in? I wanted to be from the beginning, but I had to fix my PC internet. You haven't missed too much. You haven't missed too much. I did run through the whole logic of how we got here, though. OTK Florian is the new deck to beat. It is one of the new decks to beat because Enigma left. Fang Gang. I am part of the Fang Gang. Jagged Edge would make them lose chance equal to the damage dealt with Runeblood. Sure. Aurora's strat is to have your PQ be weak 4/5. That's the real strategy. That's the real strat. Yeah, I don't think we want CYB and Dory anymore. Yep, we might. It might be a momentous day today. All right. Welcome to the deck building portion of this stream. All right, we're going to be running bracers. Probably not going to be running Iron Song versus. That's a much slower strategy. There is something to be said for running Courage. I'm not sure if we're going to be Courage or Grains yet. I'm leaning Grains, but I could be convinced on Courage. We're obviously running Dawnblade. I do think we do need a Decimator Great Axe. You just lose to stupid Fatigue Guardians if you don't have this. Grains, we're going to talk about that. Now, like I said, I do think that a Hatchet build exists, but that's a whole different thing. I don't think we need Iron Song versus. I'll put it in a maybe, though. Jubil, we already talked about. We need to get in there and pressure them, so no thank you to Jubil. Even against decks like Kano, you really want one Dawnblade counter against Kano because you start doing stupid things to them. Kabuto, you probably don't need Kabuto in this meta, but we'll put it in the maybe. Bolters, we're only going to be running Bolters, I think. All right. Okay. So there's not enough attack action cards in the Florian deck for this to be a good card, so we're not going to run it. Biting Blade, I think, might be decent because classic Singing Steel Blade into Biting Blade is over by 1. That will either force their well-grounded or force them to have 2 D-reacts. So my pet card, Biting Blade, gonna come back into this deck. Those of you who are real Josh Lau fans know that Route and Biting Blade are my 2 favorite Warrior cards. This card's, I really like this card. All right, Blade Flurry, obviously we're playing all 3 copies of Blade Flurry. Commanding Performance, this is a maybe. I'm going to put this in the maybe. I like this card, but I don't think it's quite good enough. It's close, though. It's close. Dauntless. Oh, boy. The goated card of this metagame. If you do not have your Dauntlesses, go get them. You're going to need them. All right, bunch of other stuff. Nothing really that's catching my eye here. Iron Song Pride. Now, there's one thing I really like about this card. This is the best card to be holding against a face Purg when they're, like, let's say you're attacking for 8, they block for 8, trigger face Purg, and you have Iron Song Pride. Oh my god. It's so good. I think we could probably get away with running 1. I don't want to run 2 because I don't know if we can present enough blocking cards against Aurora. So, let's add 2. Maybe there's a world where we need it. This also is mega annoying for new. As soon as you start coming in for breakpoints, because new doesn't have armor, this card's so good. All right, Iron Song Response, we're obviously going to be playing all 3. Jagged Edge, great card, going to play all 3. This card's excellent against the Earth Heroes, excellent against Oasis Respite, excellent against Prism, of course. Lead with Speed. I don't know. I think we have enough Go Again that we may not need this, but this card makes Twinning Blade very good, but I don't really, when a deck has so many D-reacts, I don't like going for Twinning Blade blowouts because, like, the Twinning Blade Blowout is when they block 12 and then you go around, which is never going to happen if they had D-Reacts, right? So I don't think this is quite the time for Lead with Speed. We're basically trying to go through them, not around, right? When Florian blocks, we attack for 6, Florian blocks 6, we're trying to pump to 12, right? That's our objective. Out for Blood is okay. We might run 1 just as a Singing Steelblade target because sometimes this is better than Puncture and Jagged Edge. So I think 1 is fine. Red Overpower. Very similar to Biting Blade and Out for Blood, I think having at least 1 of this in the deck is important. Puncture. I don't know if we need multiple punctures. I think, again, we just have 1 will be enough. This is maybe we run 2 because like this is an effect that we really want to have in our deck. Whereas like Out for Blood, Biting Blade, and Overpower are nice to haves, but you know it's not the end of the world. All right, let's see here. Lots of stuff to catch up in chat. Let's see. No. I'm quite new to the game. Is it normal to LL as fast as the last months? I started playing Viscera, Enigma, and Zen are all gone. Aurora. We've seen a lot of LLing recently because last year only 1 hero LL'd. So a lot of heroes are getting like 7, 8, 900. And then, we have a RTN season, Road to National season. Then we have a ProQuest season. And then, like, okay, suddenly everything's, like, LLing at the same time. But in terms of, like, speed of LLing, Aurora is LLing quite fast. She came out, what, like, August? So, like, 8 months is considered pretty fast. I think the only hero that I can remember that LL'd faster was Starvo. So, like, in terms of number of heroes LLing, it's a little bit higher, but there's a reason for it. In terms of speed of LLing, 8 months is a little bit fast. Instead of CYB, we put 6 poppers in, I think. I don't know if you need 6. I think you have 3. That's enough to steal tempo from Prism. You could run 4. I think if you run, like... We'll talk about Nourishing Emptiness soon. Oh, right, Josh. 1 big threat, though. Victor. Well, beautiful thing is, Victor, you don't want to play a long game against Victor either. So, get in there. Snowball those Dawnblade counters. Great Axe still seems rough into Sledge. Oh, it's not going to help, but it turns it from 0% chance to win to more than 0% chance to win. Florian is going to LL fast soon, too. Is he? Is that a true statement? No. He's at 400 now. Let's say he wins... is this cumulative, guys? Or is this just this week? That's actually a good question. Is this cumulative or just this week? Okay, let's assume it's just this week. 32 Florian's 1. Let's say in the next 3 weeks he wins 100. That's only 300 points. So Florian would be at 700 LO points at the end of the season, which is not that much. Yeah, just this week. Okay, yeah. So let's say Florian wins 33 in week 3, 33 in week 4. Although week 4 is Mother's Day, so I don't know if there's going to be quite as many ProQuests that weekend. And then week 5, let's say he wins 33. So that's, 300 points. He's going to be at like 700. So Florian's not going anywhere for a while. Although, if Aurora leaves immediately next week, maybe Florian starts winning even more. But We'll see. Okay. All right. No, 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 no. Kabuto is a must here. Just the sheer thought of running it into a mirror is enough for you to play it. Kabuto is very useful to have against all the warriors, obviously, but we'll see if we can afford the slot. We might be able to afford the slot. I've been playing Dory since I started in Heavy Hitters and never used Biting Blade in my deck. Well, that's because Heavy Hitters was Hatchet Dory generally, but this is a really good card. I like this card a lot. 1 to 2 commandings for sure. Yep, commanding performance is definitely high on the list, but I'll put it in the maybe section for now. I don't like lead with speed. Haven't been good in any of the Dawnblade lists. Yep, I agree. 1 to 2 out for bloods just to math. 2 red overpower, I think. That actually might be a good point. Having 2 red overpowers might actually be the play. We just need more muscle in the deck. Although, spoiler alert, we're going to be running 3 routes, so I don't know if we need 5 heavy attack reacts. Like, these are not the cards you want against Aurora. Although, they're very good on turn 0. So, I don't know. I like the sound of no COIB. No need for COIB now until Pirates, yeah. We don't talk about Starvo. Yeah, 1,500 LL points before they decided to change how, like, they used to just update the LL after the season, which is ridiculous. Looking back. It's not really accurate though, right? Only 1 LL last year, but all 3 who will LL this weekend were released within a year. Yeah, Metal, definitely it has been faster than typical. But MST was a very, very powerful set. Oops, sorry. Yeah. Is Reiner good in this meta, you think? It's good against Florian, but I mean, Aurora's still going to give you a hard time, but Aurora's gone after next week, so yeah. I'm in on a snowball deck just this week. Yes, we're going to smoke snowball. Okay, once Aurora's gone, Florian will win 50 per week. Oh, God. Yeah, we already know route is going in, yes. 2 to 3 routes might even get in. Not 2 to 3. It's going to be 3. We see more Dark Horse Fang than grab Kabuto. Yeah, Kabuto is really, you got to have your pulse on the metagame. Kabuto is like really good or completely useless. There's no in between. He won't LL this PQ, but he might from some Battle Hardens or Callings in the months following. He might not make it to Nats. That is a possibility, Florian not making it to Nats, yeah. New to Fab, finally committed a hero and ordered some cards for Fang. Your video was super helpful. Well, thank you for the kind words, John. I hope you enjoy playing Fang. He's great. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. We shouldn't be playing one-handers into this meta, though. Yes, I agree. Jagged Edge. Yes, we're going to play Jagged Edge. We will not get MST set power level soon. To be seen. Maybe the high Cs will also be powerful. Because the theory, if you've listened to James White talk, he's talked about the flow of set releases. Like, we go from high to low to high to low, right? Because if everything is high, nothing is high, right? So basically, they anticipated that the Hunted was going to be a low. But actually, the Hunted was one of the most hyped sets in a while. So they were caught off guard by that. And so maybe high Cs is going to be a high. We'll see. Is Verdance going to be S tier? Well, Verdance is a good way to deal with Florian, sort of. I do not know enough about Verdance to say. Maybe someone in chat could enlighten us. Do you think a pure Decimator deck could have any legs in this meta? Yes, but The issue is, remember what I said here, right? About like how we got to here. Basically, if you're running DGA Dorinthea, this basically happens. They present Reaping Blade, they make enough Rune Trance because you don't present enough pressure, and you die. So I don't think you can just durdle forever. The only way you can durdle forever is if you have a combo that executes faster than the Florian, I think. Can you comment on the Hess Walklov situation? I have no idea what that is. You're going to have to enlighten me on what Hess Walknov is. James did say that the High Seas Fable will be a little bit high on the power level for Fables. Yeah. Maybe we'll see the reason why Cashin was banned, guys. Wink, wink. 100 was definitely low compared to Rosetta MST power level-wise. Yes, for sure. But still stronger than most of the sets in the past, especially in the depowering period. Yep, I agree. Hey, JL, hope you're doing well. No love for Bolton. Well, I haven't played Bolton in a while. I still do really love Bolton, though, of course. I mean, look at my wall. I have Spirit of Arena right above me. I love Bolton. Probably just on break until High Seas. Are you talking about Jarl or Bolton? I don't like the idea of Fables being strong. I also am a little bit potentially worried about that. Although, Fables, you only need one of, so yeah. Still going to be not great. Bolton is in shambles after the Art of War ban. Yeah, I can't play Solar Flexus anymore. I'm so sad. Just tell me Fang is the GOAT. Fang is the GOAT. I also heard he's getting a new card next set. So, already got my gold foil for the season and place it at promos. Probably just going to break until pre-release. Well, there you go. Can you comment on the Updog situation? Are you guys just messing with me now? What's up, dog? Got second at NZ, but the prize split gave second the gold foil. Okay, cool. Okay, let's get back to building this deck. So we just added another Overpower, 2 Punctures, sounds about right. Hey, look, it's the best card in the game. I'm gonna play 3 of these. Sharpened Steel, I think this card is quite important because a lot of decks have a lot of 2 blocks, and presenting Warrior's Valor plus Sharpened Steel often just gets an extra card or gets armor, both of which are great for us. Also, this is a great way to convert our hand. So if we're playing against Stack Florian, we need to make sure every 5-card hand converts. Spoils of War, I don't know if we need this card. I'm going to put this in the maybe. I do like having 1 Spoils of War because it combines very well with the 1 Twinning Blade. But we'll put that there for now. Steelblade Supremacy, obviously we're going to play it. Helmetless Dory card is good. Unsheathed, obviously we're going to be playing Unsheathed. This is the key to once we get a counter, Unsheathed unlocks so many hands. Like we draw Unsheathed, a blue, and a 1-cost pump. In the past, if we didn't have a counter, that hand doesn't work, but now it does, so it's really, really good. Warrior's Valor, obviously the goated card. We're going to be playing that. All right, now into the yellows. Chorus of Iron Song. I don't think we need this card. Yeah, I don't think we need Chorus. We'll put it in the maybe. We might run one, but I think the chance is very low. Yellow Dauntless. All right, guys. So this is where things get this is where things potentially get degenerate, guys. Do we run Yellow Dauntless, guys? What do you guys think? Are we going all in on messing Florian's up? Oh boy. Going up to 3 routes? Yep. I hate how yellow glistening is shit now. Well, glistening Steelblade hasn't been good since Lexi meta. GTA meta sup. GTA hijacked TheCardGuyz stream. What GTA? Oh, Greater Toronto area. It's all right if you talk about who won your ProQuest in my chat. I don't mind. In the past 5 weeks, I was using Nixie's list with all 3 Twinning Blades as a good way to dodge all the D-Reacts. No, Twinning Blade is not how you deal with D-Reacts. Because think about it. How does Twinning Blade blow people out? It's when they lay their hand down and you have natural go again. Or when they don't block and you swing 3 times with Steelblade Supremacy. Neither of those situations are going to happen if you have, neither of those situations with Twinning Blade are going to happen if you are playing against a deck with lots of D-Rex. All right, Dauntless Yellow, we're going to put this in the maybe. I hope we aren't going to become that degenerate, but yeah. Okay. Glistening Steelblade, I love you, but nah. Iron Song Determination. Oh, this card's so good. We imagine this. Emboldened Blade there. D-React. Unsheathed Iron Song Determination. Oh, we getting in there. 3 copies of Iron Song Determination. Yes, please. Yellow Iron Song Response. This was a favorite of mine for a long time, but I'm going to put 1 in the maybe. I probably we're not playing it, but I have a soft spot for Yellow Iron Song Response. Yellow Overpower. Another card I have a soft spot for. We'll put that in maybe. Run Through. We're not in the right meta for that. Sharpen Senses. This is a card I do like. I do like this card. I don't know if... I've found this card to be quite good because it unlocks a lot of different hands. If you're running a lot of 1-cost stuff, this is probably one of the best cards that you can have. So Sharpened Senses is really good with like Puncture, Dauntless. They're really good. I don't know if we have enough room. I'll put this in the maybe. I do like that card a lot. Shatter. Oh man, it's been so long since I've shattered a Rampart, but it can happen. Singing Steelblade. I'm going to play 3 copies all day long. Twinning Blade. Sorry, Nixie. We're just going to play 1. We don't need that many copies of it. Oh, God. Unified Decree. Oh, boy. If you guys know what Unified Decree is, you are an OG Warrior player. Yellow Valor. I think we need a density of these cards, so we're going to put that in. You should play Imperial Seal of Command. Yes, Imperial Seal of Command is good. However, that card means you're not doing anything on one turn, which is not the worst, right? It's fine. 9 overpower, bring back the rainbow. Oh boy. Slam 3 decree. No. Burdens of the past. Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me about that card. We might need that. It's actually so funny that most of the spoiler cards they gave us are like actually like coming back around now. Oh my god. Sharpened Senses makes every 3 pump give go again. I like it. I do like that. You have to have +4, not +3. Well, I mean, Sharpened Senses gives +1 by itself, so that's the key. Are we bringing epots back? We might. That is another thing. Mango, you must be an old school player to remember that. If you remember setting up epots with overpower against Oldhim, you're an OG. All right, let's look at our blues, because this is actually where things change. First of all, we're going to run Blue Dauntless. This card's so annoying for them. We love it. Going to run 3 copies of Emboldened Blade. This card should have an almost 100% hit rate against the Florian if you know what you're doing. Like, it should be ultra obvious when they have a D-React in Arsenal. Fatal Engagement is good, but not good enough, I think. I don't think we have enough slots for that, so we're not going to run it. Glint, obviously we're running Glint. Obviously we're running Hit and Run. Iron Song Response / Nip at the Heels. Sure. I mean, well, I think there might be enough news for us to not want to run Nip and actually run Response instead, but it's close. Blue Overpower. We love Blue Overpower. Precision Press Blue. This is the first blue that we're going to cut. We'll put it in the deck for now. Provoke. Very good card. We're going to run all 3. Normally, I don't run 3 Provoke in Dawnblade Dory because it just doesn't synergize well, but it's going to be really good against Florian, so we're going to run that. All right. Warrior's Valor. That should round things off. Okay. All right. So now we got to add in some stuff that's important. So Sink Below, Shelter, Poppers. Like, let's just run Battlefront Bastion for now. I could be convinced to play Command and Conquer, though. Null Rune. Maybe we want 1. Maybe we want 3. I don't know. We'll put this in the maybe. Snag. Maybe we want 1 or 2. That's, I don't know if we have enough room. Epot. Maybe we want an Epot or 2. Burdens of the Past. I don't think this... I think this card's a trap because they just banish their own D-Reacts. So there's never going to be 10 D-Reacts in their graveyard. Right? And a card that says you can't play D-Reacts is not good enough. I think. Put that in the maybe. Seal of Command. I don't know about this card. I I'm gonna put it in the maybe. I don't think this card's quite good enough if we're not royal. Seems like it's very important to pivot on them before they get online. Are you talking about Florian? Because yeah, that's you got to go quick. I don't think you have time to set up stuff. Is there a world where we play epots? Maybe. I got my nationals invite with 2 sharpened senses. Strong when you're on a dense number of unconditional +3 attack reacts, since it starts as a DB for 4 that you don't have to commit to it. Imagine if you decree at its siren's call on the top of the deck, though. Unified Decree is the top of your own deck, though, right? Or is there another decree you're talking about? Yeah, look at the top card of your deck. Yeah. Did you put Unsheathed in? Yes. It has Kasai on the art. Of course we're playing it. I unironically liked playing into Oldhim as Dory. I could do one of those every once in a while. I started off with Dory, and it was from watching your videos, Josh. Well, there you go. That's why Mango's an OG. Blue Biting Blade better than Blue Fatal Engagement? No, that is correct. Blue Biting Blade actually might make the cut. I feel like there's another blue we're missing. We're missing some of the generics. We got to put those in. Trot Along. Okay, literally the next thing was, yes, Trot Along. We need Trot Along there. Yes. What if I remember the Dory's playing epots versus me as Oldhim? Well, I'm glad you're here, Lutiful. You've converted, huh? Yeah, Josh videos are good, but they taught a lot of players how to play into Dory, though. Yeah, you're right. I need to start all my videos by saying, if you're not a Dory player, please go away. We're about to share information. Trot instead of Precision. Eventually, I like having the 15 go-agains. So Glint, Hit and Run, Trot Along, Warriors Valor, Precision Press. But like, I could see a world where we only run 12 and we cut the Precision Press. We'll see. We'll do some tuning in a second. Bastion is the best popper. Yes, Bastion is confirmed the best popper. One Battlefront, one Raging Onslaught, one Blanche. Oh, okay. I could see that, although I don't think that changes anything about how Prism plays into you. Like, most prisms are going to be like, you don't run 9 poppers in your Dory list. Come on, bro. Isn't the issue with burdens is they banish the D-Rex? Exactly, yes. 1x Nourishing Emptiness is... I could see Nourishing being okay, yeah. If you guys have any card suggestions, you can add them here. Seal is inventory. I don't even know if Seal is good enough. Like, sure, it's good on... I guess if you see it early, you set it up, that you like come with Steel Blade Supremacy on a big turn with Twinning Blade, sure. I think we need to get as many setup cards as possible that are decent to run. You want to set up against a Florian. I think conceptually, we want to take their rune generators from them. Like I said, anytime they block with Read the Runes, they're not playing it, which means they're not getting to the 45 rune chance they need to kill you. What type of setup cards do you like, Metal? Epot is stronger. Yeah, Epot is good. I also think we should be on 3 CNC made board. I mean, CNC is... You could be running CNC. I think CNC is decent these days. Put that in the inventory. Okay, you know what? If you guys want to follow along with the progress, I'm gonna do this here. What day is it today? 29th, right? 4/29 stream. All right, so let me copy this for you guys so you guys can follow along. I'm gonna post this here for you guys. All right. They can't banish non-Earth D-reacts. Do they have 10 non-Earth D-reacts? Three, 6, 9. There's your answer, Metal. Trot along. Yep. Better blue Iron Song response. Yes, nip at the heels. Technically better than Iron Song response. I mean, I feel sad when I have to remove this, but it is what it is. What about your other spoiler, commanding performance? I think that was in the... I put in this maybe board. Hello, Damien. I mentioned you in passing quite a bit during the stream. Is Shelter a must? Sold mine to buy a Twitting Blade Ultra Heart. I don't know. Maybe we can get away with 3D reacts. Into Assassin and Syndra, it's very good, yeah. I'll be honest, I've been impressed with Blanche in testing. Bastion is better in a vacuum, but specifically against Prism, you never want to play or Arsenal of Bastion, but you can with Blanche. I mean, when are you ever arsenaling Battlefront Bastion against Prism? That just doesn't sound like a situation you get into. The only situation that I can think of is you attack them on turn 0 and you try to get in some damage and you have your 4th card is Battlefront Bastion in your arsenal. Like, that's the only situation I can think of. Blanche, again, when are you throwing Blanche at Prism? You have full tempo and she didn't send a Herald at you and she didn't put something on the board you want to clear with your Dawnblade. There's a bunch of situations that just doesn't make sense to me. Blood One Wine also has to find Epot style impersonation. Yeah, Goblet is okay. I think we have too many blues though right now. Stacked Florian definitely does. Stacked Florian does not have more than 9 non-Earth D-reacts. They have exactly 9. I hate Vine as much as Lead with Speed. What is Vine? Oh, Wine? Goblet of Blood Run Wine? Gore belching, rouse the ancients. Okay. I don't know if we have enough go again for that to be good. And we can't use that. I don't think we have enough sideboard slots for that. That's just too cute. Too cute. How do we feel about Bolton in this metagame? He needs another Light Warrior Legendary. Let's just put it that way. I think Metal has said a lot that he thinks we need a 0-cost Take Flight. That would help. The 0-cost Take Flight we got was Light the Way. Not as good, but can be fun in blockout situations to conceal cards. Sure. I've been playing Kasai lately, and she's been feeling really good, honestly. Hey, dual-wield warriors, I think, are close to coming back. Meta is super D-react heavy, and we lost cash-ins, too. Yeah. I mean, a D-react heavy metagame is not bad for Kasai. You're trying to grind with them anyways. Any world where we might run Exude Confidence? Oh, God, that's an old tech card. That is a real old tech card. This is almost as old as Pummel, Blue Pummel. So the issue is, how do we give this go again? It has to be an agility token, right? It's very hard to give this go again. Also, there's a non-zero chance they block this with a... Well, actually, Felling would block this, but Plow Under would not, right? I drew it when I forced them to block with their whole hand. Drew what? Oh, the Blanche. I mean, if you're forcing a prison to block with their whole hand, then yeah, you're already doing well. If you want to run Blanche instead of Battlefront Bashing, go for it. I could see running 2 and 2. Why not? I wish Kasai could hang with these decks. I think Kasai is actually not awful. You could draw it from Glint or Supremacy, sure. You drew 2 D-reacts and a Bastion. Oh boy. You're playing 74 mainboard Kasai. Okay. So you don't have any AB? What? Let him run 3 spirits. You could also run Fendel's Fighting Spirit, yeah. Imagine the disgusting sharpened senses into triple swing pump with a gore belching. Oh man, a man could dream. Are we cutting blues from the list? Oh, we are cutting blues from the list, that's for sure. Yes, we are doing that. She grinds through D-reacts easy. Yeah, Kasai is fine grinding. Complaining 0 for 3 take flight is my schedule every Wednesday afternoon. You should make a T-shirt. Go down to Hobby Lobby, get a T-shirt, and custom print. You name your 0 for 3 take flight, and then just wear that, and then have James White see it. Snapdragons? Oh, we are not running Snapdragons. No shot. Whine and shift the tide of battle. Yeah. Agile wind up lead with speed, also another option, yeah. RAA is a crazy good card right now into a lot of decks. Yeah, Raise an Army's good against Guardians, but there's not very many right now. Bad into Aurora, Assassin's Ninjas, that's correct. It's good into new? I guess, because it has 2 health, sure. Alright. Okay, I think we've added all the cards that make sense. We don't have a helmet still. That's so on theme. I forgot our helmet at home, boys. And we might run Kabuto. Yeah, that's already in the major board. All right. I don't think there's any generic blues that we would want. But let me do a quick search. The heck is this? Okay. Oh, that's from the next set, yeah. hell is this? Oh, it's so many cards I haven't seen in a long time. All right, so I guess because we don't have CYB, we will actually have enough room for a lot of different things. In theory. Okay. Ripple away. This and like blue gravekeeping were almost how desperate I was to beat Florian. All right. I don't think there's anything else here that we would want. Are any of these talismans good? That's an interesting card. I don't think it's useful, but in theory, we play our Singing Steelblade, we banish all their root-bound carapaces. I don't know. That probably just helps them, right? Warmongers. Oh boy. You guys remember when we needed that? Okay, I think we're done adding cards. Let's trim this up because we're over. Amulet of Echo so they can't play 2 root bounds the same turn. Oh my god, we're reaching now, aren't we? Featherfoot. Trot-along, we added Trot-along. Unified Decree and Cremation, oh god. What is that even? That synergy is such a stretch. Holy shit. Okay. All right. Let's cut our deck down. So let's just put all the equipment up here first of all. So is this what we want to run? Courage versus I don't think if we're only running 120 blade, I don't think Courage is the right decision. All right, let's just run it like this. So this is 1, 2. So yeah, we have our standard equipment. We have AB and we have 2 weapons. So it's 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 cards. Sure, this might be cutting it too close. We'll run with this for now. All right, let's see our main board here. Okay, we have too many blues here. So I think the correct amount of blues is 22 if we're being really aggressive. Let's see. We might even be able to get away with 21. Yeah. So 22, 21, somewhere around there. So let's move Precision Press out of here. We don't want this. I don't think we need Nip at the heels either. Is this? So we basically are running our 4 go-agains and then our tech blues. That's 20. That's a lot of blues, dude. This is a lot of blues. Trot Along might not even make it either. Or Warrior's Valor. Do we need this many overpowers? We might not need 3 blue overpowers. Let's cut 1 and 1. Yeah. So we have 22 blues. I like that. Our yellows... This might actually be a little high. We might need to cut one Valor here. Okay, our reds with 64. Jeez, that's a lot. Well, okay, so... I mean, the overpowers, we're not playing these against... sorry, not into the maybe board. We're not playing these against Aurora, so we'll put those in the maybe. This goes into inventory. You're not even playing Dauntless against every deck either, so we'll move that. Puncture is played against almost every deck except Prism and like Route again. I don't think we play all of them. Yeah, something like this would be okay. What are we at now? 87. Ugh. All right, Iron Song Pride, you're too cute. No, thank you. CNC, we can't run you and Battlefront Bastion. 82. Are we supposed to cut Snag? That might be the play. All right. Our blue count now feels... I mean, we don't have any blues in the sideboard. Okay, this is getting close, guys. This is getting close. 3 Dauntless might actually be... Blue Dauntless might even be wrong here. Let's see. Cut 1 Dauntless and 1 WV. What's WV? I like 2 red and 2 blue overpower, or 3 route, 1 red, 2 blue overpower, 1 determination 2. Why 3 route? I mean, that's one of the best cards against defensive decks that want to use their hand to block. Yellow overpower is solid. It is, but yeah. To be frank, Snag doesn't feel that good right now. It's only good against new. It's not even good against the other assassins. It's like no prevention and AB1. We just saying Kano equals lunch. Yep. I mean, this deck could theoretically rush down Kano, but yeah. Y3 Jagged Edge. It's good against Prism. It's good against the Earth Heroes. If you're going to cut a 1 cost, it's going to be the Outward Blood first. So you're not on Tunic. It'll help you swing the axe with yellows. It doesn't matter if we have to pitch 2 cards to swing Decimator against the decks we're bringing Decimator. Route is 2 for 6. Paul gets it. All right. Let's make sure that this doesn't look stupid. So if I was playing against Aurora, what would I want in my deck? I would want these D-Reds in my deck. And then I run 62. That's not right. This should be down there. This should be down there. Yeah. Okay, sure. Why not? Something like that. So we do have to run AB1, I believe, against Florian. I think it just is correct. Okay, against Florian, we're going to bring in a lot of cards, actually. Is this bringing in too many? 64, that messes up our ratio. But there's really no cards I don't want here, is the issue. Is 22 blues enough in 64? Still 80%. I guess it's fine. It doesn't feel right that we're running 64 into Florian now. Guys, this is a lot of offensive power in this deck. Holy crap. We're not messing around. We got, like, against stack Florian, we're just throwing 5-card hands into them. This is a good hand. This is fine. This is... Basically, we want to make sure that every 5-card hand we draw is playable. This one doesn't have go again, but that's okay. Yeah, so basically... 9 yellows, 22 blues, and 64. It should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah. Oh, WV is Warrior's Valor. Yes, of course. Raging Onslaught is a 2 for 6 as well. Yes. How about Nourishing? It's okay, but I think we, like I said, we need to be able to throw 5-card hands at Florian. You want to have a third overpower and less Dauntlesses? Sure. I've noticed it gets really hard to pay for more than a few 2-3 costs on 20 to 22 blues. Yes. 1 yellow Determination should be out too. That's actually interesting. This card is very good, but we never want to draw 2 of them at the same time. You might be right. You might be right. You might be right. Let's add in 1 more blue. Let's go back. Let's go back up a little bit. Let's go back another blue overpower. We don't want to trip up, so 23 blues might even be better. Honestly, I wouldn't even hate 24 blues, but yeah. Do we need this out for blood? And do we need this card? This card gets blown out too much by Sink Below. Let's cut it. All right. We can go to 24 blues now. Yeah, we have too many 2-3 costs that, yeah. Okay, let's make sure our matchups make sense now. So against Aurora, I mean, against Aurora, we actually might cut blues to get down to 60. We might not even need Jagged Edge against Aurora. I guess Provoke is the card that we would cut against Aurora. Or Daunt. Yeah. Neither of these cards is good against Aurora. That's the issue. Okay, so running 60 against Florian. Running 64 into Florian, but now that we have 24 blues, this feels more comfortable. Yeah, 86 to have 1. Yeah, that feels good. Okay. I think we've actually done it. I think we have a deck that looks functional. No CYB, though, means we got to get in there. What about cutting down on one singing as well? I don't know about that. Does it spark joy? Oh my goodness. You honestly don't need puncture out for blood. Any reaction in the arsenal smokes armor. Smokes the disruption helmet, yeah. Sure. We didn't find space for the auras, though. Yeah, we didn't find space for Iron Song Pride, but it is what it is. There's a lot of stuff that almost made the cut, but not quite. All right. Yeah, this looks fine. All right, guys. Took us about 2 hours, but we got there eventually. We got to the point where we have a deck list that should be very good against Aurora and Florian. In theory. Actually, I think... Yeah. Okay. Yep. We did lose our CYB package, though. Puncture is also Nombo with Great X. You are correct. Gerardo, what would you want to change Puncture to? I still think we die to Prisms, though, on 3 poppers only. It's enough, trust me. 3 poppers is enough against Prism. What are the matchups you bring DGA? There's not very many, actually. Riptide, maybe? Yeah. Riptide Bravo, maybe? I don't know. You know what's not a Nombo with Great Axe? Unified Decree. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go play this deck. Oh, nope. Gotta log in. All right. I think this is more of an Aurora matchup, so we'll run like this. So we're not going to run as many blues as normal. You know what? If we're cutting the red doll list, then it means surely Provoke is better than the blue doll list. Yeah. All right. Definitely don't bring the Null Rune Hood against Katsu. All right. Where are your weapons, Mr. Katsu? What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? Okay, this is not an actual match. I'm going to leave this match. All right. Let's not waste our time. All right. Why don't we just join a game? Let's join a competitive season game. Why not? Let's edit that matchup first. Okay, there's no matches available. We'll just make one. Headpieces, AB. Turtle Katsu incoming. I don't know if you can turtle Katsu with no weapons. All right. Well, we got a deck we want to play against, so that's good. All right. So just refreshing our memory, we have 1 route, 2 puncture. 1 route, 2 puncture. Okay. So we only have 1 heavy attack react, which is fine. All right. They're on face purg. Matters a little bit. Ira stole his Kodachis. Yeah. He only needs fists. No, he does not. That's not how that goes. Gonna give us the armor. Or not. What? Okay. So the reason I'm putting Valor into the arsenal is because I needed 1 floating to play around Sigil. Now we got 2 Vigor. Sweet. And a Dawnblade counter. Look at us. Well, he's got the Flicker Wisp CLV combo. Nice. What did he fuse this with? Skyward Serenade. Okay. And he has the Arc Lightning. Okay. All right, bro. All right, bro. Okay, so we want to keep a blue. Our response, I think we have the Valor in the arsenal, so we're good. We have tons of resources, so yeah. All right, so we don't need these cards, basically. So there's a chance he doesn't block next turn, so we might arsenal the response, so we actually need to get these 2 cards gone. We probably can just give this here. We know he has a Skyward Serenade, so yeah. All right, so yep. Yep. Take it all, take it all, take it all, take it all. This Aurora player is very talented. Drew the CLV and then drew the Flicker Wisp Arc Lightning in the next turn. What a good player. All right, so let's get rid of this Sink Below right now. If this is something we care about, we'll jam our armor. If not, we'll just take it. Okay, there's a chance this is a D-React, right? There's a chance it's a D-React. right, let's hope he shoves his armor, and then we can Iron Song response here. Okay, that works. We will just arsenal this. Oh my god, this hero is so good. All right, this hand is not very good, so we just want to block with it. E-Strike, draw a card. Okay. Yeah. So we can get 6 damage and a Vigor token. It's not the greatest 2-card hand, but it's acceptable. What the fuck is this? Okay. Sure. Face Perg is gone. We're still very far behind right now. So why did he face Perg that? That means his hand is not functional, or it was close to functional, but not quite. Yeah. I'm not sure if we're supposed to block with armor here. It's close. Just in case there's an instant. Okay, looks like... Oh, we got lucky here. Huh. Gonna flicker that back? No? Or no? Okay, he's gonna give... What? Oh, okay. Sure. Alright, so we're gonna provoke into Glint here. Because we have the response in the arsenal. This is a pro gamer move, guys. A pro gamer move. Oh, even more of a pro gamer move. Damn, he got us. Alright. Let's arsenal the Iron Sword Determination, obviously. Where is our supremacies? We really need to see our Steelblade supremacies soon. We don't want this, don't want this. Yeah, we need to have a power turn soon. Because they had a ridiculous turn 2 power turn. Like, we really need a power turn. Well, here's our power turn. Holy shit, this turn is going to be good. All right, so he has a CLV, but we he has a CLV. I mean, I guess there's a chance that this is the instant speed +3. There's a small chance. This hand's too good. We have to keep it. Blocking with armor doesn't do anything here. We just save this for a snatch. Play your CLV, sir. Hopefully it's the +3, though. Nope. Draw your card. And we basically are no blocking the rest of this turn. Unless there's an on-hit at the end. Oh, no. He drew a Flicker Wisp. Oh, no. That's real bad. That's real bad. Okay, so now we have to block. Oh, that's bad. Hopefully this is not a 0 for 4. Oh, thank God it's not. Okay, so that guy drew the flicker wisp off that. Holy shit. All right. Well, now we get to play a very, very, very good turn. I really hope he doesn't have a Sigil Suffering. Oh, never mind. We have enough pitch. We're good. Doesn't matter. We had a Vigor token, so that's why this works. All right. I see your CLV Flicker Wisp Art Lightning turn, and I raise you a Valor, Determination, Steelblade Supremacy turn. Take 11, Aurora. Are we blowing boots? No. Are we making a Vigor? No. Smack him again. Oh boy. All right. So we're going to get to convert the card we draw into something at least. Okay, that came from hand. Sure. So we... Ooh, this is a tough decision on the arsenal. I think it has to be the puncture, right? Because we saw blues. Sad that we have to make a Steelblade Supremacy into a Vigor token, but it is what it is. Okay, so now if we draw blue plus Valor, we're good. Or just draw blue is good too. This guy drew another Flicker Wisp. Holy shit. Oh my God. What did he fuse this with? Flittering Charge? Ah. All right. Be that way. This guy is drawn real hot. Real hot. All right. What is our turn? We're going to use our boots. Maybe 2 punctures? And a blue. That's what we want, right? We want to swing Dawnblade twice. We want to play 2 punctures. So, honestly, if we could keep our whole hand, we should try to. We haven't seen a Lightning Press from him. This actually could kill us if he has a Lightning Press. Or 2 Lightning Presses. I don't want to give a card this early. But we're supposed to, I think. This could come back to bite us. But I'm playing around double Lightning Press right now. Okay, we'll take this. Okay. Now, if this is a 0 for 4 with Go Again, we're going to be very sad. Because this could be a pump, or this could be a snatch. And we don't know which one it is. If this is a pump and we don't block, we die. Even if we give him 1 armor, we'd have to give him 2. If this is snatch, we need to save 1 armor. We haven't seen any snatch. We haven't seen any lightning press. Yeah. We're supposed to block with 1 card here. That feels bad. I think we're supposed to block with this. Yeah. Because we can make a Vigor token. Okay, so if this is snatch, we have to give him the determination. If this is not snatch, we can just go. If this is a D-react, Are we screwed over if this is direct? Okay, so we're not. Okay. Look at that, guys. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that. All right, so now we have enough things hidden that this is terrifying now. We still have our bolters. We can make a vigor token. Yeah, so we just say sure. Take 4. Shelter from hand. Sure. All right. Did you draw 2 D-reacts on the most important turn of the game? Ah! Really? God damn, Aurora. This gives me Lexi vibes. All right, this hand's still very good. This hand is still very good, actually. Ooh, just make a rune chant, really? Okay, did you see that hesitation there? If he had a red and a blue, he doesn't have to hesitate. If it's a yellow, obviously you're gonna arsenal yellow. So this is a blue. This is almost certainly a blue. Take the damage there. Is there any world where this is a third CLV? It's not, right? It can't be. Where's this? He's played 1. He's played 2. Where's it? There is a world where this is a third CLV. Is this? Did this guy really draw 2 D-reacts at a CLV blue on the... There's no way, right? There's no way, bro. 3 Flicker Wisps gone. 2 CLVs gone. Let's think here. Oop. Where is this Arc Lightning? I swore he played them. There's 1. He's only played one Arc Lightning? I can't believe it. Are we supposed to respect this? I think we're not supposed to, right? Like, if he draws a card, he draws a card. Like, yeah. He's going to Arsenal in blue, I think. And now he should be dead. It's actually very interesting. We don't have enough resources to do everything. If he doesn't block enough, we get to swing again. If he does block enough, then we Arsenal something. We're going to get to Arsenal the Jagged Edge at the end of this turn, I think. Okay, Shelter. So, I don't think we play this. We lose a value, so we'll just Arsenal this. So now we have a blue plus this is a good hand, so we'll pass. This guy has 9 D-reacts. This guy drew very well for having 9 D-reacts. Like, okay, we'll Arsenal this. Okay, this hand's great. This hand's really good. So we know that this is probably a blue, so we can just sink this sink. We should be good. Is there any chance this is Lightning Press? There's a chance this is Lightning Press, but he hesitated on that turn. We should have blocked with the armor. I think this hand is fine because we can draw a glint. Let's just hold it. We'll hold the sink below for another turn. Because he has to give us reprise. We did not sink. This is telling him that our hand is good. Okay, so we can get over this, which is real nice. In theory. Singing into puncture would get over. Do we still have a puncture left in our deck? Shit, we don't. Oh no. That's not good. That's not good. We're supposed to provoke here. Or are we supposed to route? This is not good. I think we're supposed to provoke. Not having the puncture is not good. What did he block with? Entwined Lightning. Okay, so he's down to a 1-card hand, and we have a sink below. Okay, this hand's real good. Holy shit. Okay, so now we just sink this. There's no way this is Lightning Press now. Oh, this hand's gonna kill him. Steel Blade Supremacy. If he disrespects us, he dies with Jagged Edge. He's getting close to fatigued. Do we glint? I think we glint, right? Yeah, we glint. Maybe we'll draw a Blade Flurry. Okay, that's a good card. Okay, so we Jagged Edge. Force him to have a D-Reactor, he dies. He does not. We draw blue. We don't need to give this go again because we glinted. We could pay for the Vigor. So he doesn't have a Sigil of Suffering. He would have played it. So pitch into that. And now we can go Unsheathed. And we can go here. And we can go here. And if he has no blocks, he's dead. He's dead. Good game. And that's how you do it, boys. That's how you do it. Even though the Aurora's drawn hot, that is the most textbook example of how to play this matchup. That is super, as a burn-up shock. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so that's the most textbook of textbook games. Super textbook there. Super textbook. All right, for those of you guys just joining us, here is the list that we've been playing. He had higher value per turn than me. His turn 2 was ridiculous. I took 19 on turn 2, guys. That's actually nuts. His power turn was on turn 2. My power turn was on turn 7. Yeah. All right, what did chat think about that game? 20 life gone just like that, yes. She's living it up for her last week on Earth. That's correct. Incremental good decisions and shuffling pay off. Yes. What the fuck is this, Josh? That's called incremental good decisions. If this matchup is a full-blown race and we can't answer his high roll, why not just run 2 more armor? You have to run Null Rune Hood. Do not run Crown of Providence against Aurora. Do not do that. Hi, Josh. Negri from Pummel Party. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Let Lightning Runeblade stay in the shadows forever. Oh my god. Josh has never allowed an easy game. Nope. If you want easy games, don't play Dorinthea. You have to fight for every single game. Singing Glint. Oh, I missed that. Did I have enough resources for Singing Glint? Maybe. Yeah, Singing Glint into playing the Arsenal might have been a play there. Now we're Dory gaming, yep. What was in their arsenal? It was a burn up shot. Just have an existential crisis mid-game to beat Aurora, yeah. 2-0 for the matchup, we're good. What a great draw return, yeah. How's your heart doing, Josh? Bet it's pumping. Dory gets the juices going. Yes, it does. We want more Schedule 1. Oh, Matt, you want more Schedule 1? Oh, man, I got to get the boys together for that. That's such a fun game. I love that game. It's always nice. Playing Fab is great, but I enjoy playing, you know, some games with the boys. Draw to play Jagged off drawn card, yeah. All right, let's play some more games. Maybe we can bump into a Florian. We'll see. Ruh-roh. It's an Ocilio. Oh, shit. Okay. Do we even run AB1? I don't even know if we do. Like, they're never sending 2 spells at us, right? So, like, what does AB do against them? All right, how do we go fast against Ocilio? Do we even run D-Reacts? We probably do, right? Does Ocilio send some 4 power stuff at us, right? So that's just worth more value than these. These are never getting any value against them. So we could just click the Aurora button, basically. And then change this to this. Okay, we should be good. All right, let's try this. All right, this is a matchup that I'm very confused when playing on Talishar because they just do 8,000 things, and I'm just like, okay, something happened. Yeah, a lot of 4 power stuff. There we go. Get Matt W in here for the next Schedule 1 night. He was excited watching y'all. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason we can't have like a rotating group of players playing. Lots of 4 power stuff. Yep. Okay, so this hand, we just want to keep our go again and our pump. So the thing that we need the least is this card, probably. Okay. Interesting, he discarded a Lightning Press. This would be like guaranteed damage on turn 0, assuming I don't have a direct. Okay, Volzar, gonna amp. Send a spell at me. Or not. Really? Okay, discard. Pitch discharge. Okay. Okay, so I think because Ocilio doesn't have on hits, we're just going to jam our armor the first chance we get, especially our bolters. Okay, this hand's great. So we have an option of making bigger or putting this into the arsenal. think making the Vigor is probably better. So we're going to go off an Arsenal. This also plays around Destructive Aether Tide. Okay, he's going to Acilio, discard an instant, discard a Sigil of Lightning, sure. All right, come in with Dawnblade for 6. Man, my throat hurts. You know, it's actually interesting. Like your voice is a muscle. I haven't been streaming for like a month. This is like the first time I've talked for like 2.5 hours straight in a long time. And I could tell my voice like starting to hurt a bit. Oh boy. Okay, just blocking here. We're going to Blade Flurry. So he'd need 2 D-Reacts, which I presume he doesn't have. We're not going to blow up boots. And so we're going to convert this blue into 2 Vigor and a Bracer. Plus, this is going to get some armor. This might even get all 3 of his armor. We'll see. Okay, 2 Electric Magnetisms being blocked. We'll take it. Okay, this 1 Vigor could unlock our next turn. We'll see. Okay, definitely. Holy shit, that 1 Vigor making a big difference now. Okay, so we have the yellow. We have, obviously, these cards are great. We can Arsenal Sink Below. We can play it here, depending on what it is. All right. Okay, I don't know if he's getting clunky hands or setting up a pitch deck, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, so another Valor. Valor, Blade Flurry, Valor, Response. Pretty good draws. No blocks. Okay, so at least we could turn one of these cards into a Vigor token on the second swing. Also, this could just shove in if he tries to stop us on the second swing. I don't know which one we're actually supposed to Arsenal. I think we're supposed to Arsenal the Response, because... Okay, I did not expect this block. Let's Arsenal the Sink Below now. That way we could filter our hand. If we put the Response into the Arsenal, we couldn't filter the Response if we needed to. Okay. Can we use their Arsenal one first? This hand is acceptable, so I think we'll keep it. Although it does get shut down, it just jams his armor against our thing. Oh, shit. Okay. So he's going to get this back, sure. Do we still get an opportunity to Sink Below? We do not. Sink Below does not resolve because the combat chain closed. Okay, we do not even get the opportunity to sink. That is fine. Okay, let's hope he doesn't shove 3 armor in front of this, because if he does, we're going to be sad. Is this basically the same approach as this meta? Maybe. Sink the Sink. I wish I could. It's okay. This hand is fine. Arsenal the Sink Below is good. Okay. Let's use the Bracer here, I think, is slightly better. Because we can make a Vigor if this hits and he doesn't block. Ugh. I was set on Fang this ProQuest weekend. Thanks for ruining that decisiveness of me. Welcome to the club. I took 2 decks to Pro Tour London. I haven't played Dory in a few months. That game was glorious, though. Thanks. Glad you enjoyed it. What are you drinking, Mr. Lau? I have a... I'm actually still like a little jet lagged. This is a Red Bull Orange edition, so the apricot one. Just to give me a little boosty boost in my Yeti Rumbler. What's going on here? Oh, oops. Sorry. I had to refresh the page. We will not make it bigger. Close the stream and don't look back. Oh, no. All right, are we going to... Well, I was going to say, which one are we going to pitch and which one are we going to arsenal, but the decision has been made for me. Beautiful. I'm surprised he didn't block with his armor. Unless he has a D-react, but... Acilias don't run D-reacts, right? Like, that just seems silly. All right, let's put this in arsenal. Oh my god, look at this hand. So good. Double Sigil, Etchings of Arcana. Amping, gonna deal a bajillion damage to me. Ow. Returns the Sigil of Lightning, plays the Sigil of Lightning. Okay. Oh, okay. I wish he attacked me. That way I could have sank and then gotten this in arsenal, but that's fine. He hasn't sent arcane. He hasn't sent physical damage at me since turn 0, so kind of odd. Okay, no reactions. Okay, so we're not going to use grains or yeah, we're not going to use either one of these. If he doesn't block our second attack, we're just going to Jagged Edge with the Iron Song response paying for it. If he does block, we're going to response and then make a bigger token. All right, 6-card hand Acilio. Terrifying. We might be dead here, depending on what his 6 cards are. Let's find out. Again, we're going to jam our armor ASAP. In fact, we'll probably get a good opportunity to play the sync before things really hit the fan. So, all right. So I think I'm just going to play the sync right now. We don't need to sync anything. This hand is beautiful. We have a go again. We have a singing steel blade that can get a pump. I'm just going to keep this hand. All right, now we start jamming armor. All right, Tunic uses Lightning Greaves, gives us instances, go again. Okay. Sigil of Brilliance, returns Gone in a Flash. Action point for him. Blast to Oblivion. Okay, so he's going to get to return Sigil of Brilliance if he plays an instant. Okay. I don't think the order matters here, but we'll just go here and here for now. We'll just keep 4 armor just in case he plays Snatch. I don't think Asilios plays Snatch, though. Okay, he played Blink. Gives it an action point, and then another action point from the legs. Also causes Blast to Oblivion to bounce the Sigil back to hand. Okay. Now what? Going to use Acilio, discard Sigil Brilliance. What? Okay. Still has 5 cards. Now what? Another Gone in a Flash. Okay. Sure. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to use this or not. I think, why not? Why not? I don't want to set anything into Arsenal. I guess this probably was a bad play because it gives us 1 extra card to bluff on the next turn. All right. We'll just take some damage here. Probably want to get a block out of these soon. His Volzar is amped like 7 or 8 now. Could have a very big-ass spell coming at us. Yeah, amping 7 now. Etchings for 10. Gonna return Sigil of Brilliance, I presume? Okay. You can play that out. Or Gone in a Flash again, okay. Yep. So he has a Sigil. I mean, I think it's fine just to get some more value out of the armor. Gonna arsenal the last card. Okay. Well, give us your whole hand, Acilio. And if it doesn't block for 12, you lose. Because singing into response is going to be plenty. Yeah, he has to block 12 or he just loses the game. There's no world where Acilio has 12 block in hand. So, yep. That is nowhere near enough. Might even grab Blade Flurry here instead, because it's 1 extra damage. And Dawn Blade for 7 should be enough. I hit a no block. GG. Cool game. Ocilio is a very, very fun hero. Never really know what's going to happen. All right, I see a Florian. Let's snipe him. Oh, someone sniped him already. Oh, sad. All right, we'll play one more game. Syndra. Okay, I mean, we just load out like against Aurora. Obviously, change the helmet. Do you think Riptide is a bad matchup for this deck? Maybe. I don't know. You could try running DGA against them. Gotta be ready for the Ocilio meta when Aurora LLs and everybody needs to put their lightning cards in use. Yeah. Thoughts on Project Blue? I think that's a really cool idea. I'm very glad that they're exploring like something more than Commoner. Like Commoner, like rares and commons are basically the same. It's the Majestics in this game that are ridiculous. All right. I think we take the first one, we block the second one. All right, Syndra, you dealt 2 damage to me. Good job. So this is exactly what you want. You want to leak some damage, get an arsenal, and have your daggers back. It's perfect from them. Oh, if I had Sank, I would have drawn a shelter, and I could... Oh my god, that's so sad. That's sad. This is actually very sad. This hand doesn't convert. Oh well. Can't have everything. Ooh, this hand's good. All right, rule of thumb is we don't block the first attack. And we actually don't even use our armor until like it's an important moment. Oh, he's running Mopple, not Mask and Momentum. We actually need to take into account that. All right, I mean, this hand is great. We're gonna bluff with it. Yep, gonna flick, sure. Then he'll be able to get it back. Yep, sure. You got it. This is one of the matchups where you would want Kabuto. This guy's not blocking anything. He's passing priorities so fast. Yeah. This armor set basically means he doesn't have armor. Ooh, a sink. Interesting. All right, if Syndra has sink, that means she probably has shelter as well. Which means her offense is actually not as smooth as you'd expect. Okay, this hand's... we could... Are we going to risk... No. I don't know. This hand is... This hand's not the greatest. Converts into 3-card 9. I don't love this hand. There's almost no chance we get reprise on Glint. Pitch to Spreading Flames. Like I said, having Kabuto would be huge here. Blood runs deep. Is there a world where we pitch the Singing Steel Blade and try to Glint provoke him? I don't think so. This is just... Yeah. Oh, I guess we have the option because we don't have to... Ooh, that Vigor Token could come in huge because we didn't even have... Now we have like the full option select here on what to do. Actually interesting. Let's go with the Glint. Let's see what we draw first. Could overpower. That's probably blocking 3-on-3 means he probably has a D-React. This will bait the D-React out that we can puncture and then swing again. So it's nice. Or he doesn't have it. Sweet. This is why Grains is so good, guys. Because you see, I'm going to get to swing. Hold the puncture over him. If he blocks, we puncture. If he doesn't block, we Grains. It's so beautiful. If he overblocks, we Arsenal the puncture. Like, it's so good. Grains is so good, guys. That's weird. He blocked with an Oath of Loyalty and he didn't have a D-React? Really? Huh. I think Sync means 3-block D-React is more likely than Shelter. Usually she is choosing one or the other. Okay, interesting. I was always thinking like, okay, Shelter is... Well, the question is Shelter better than Sync or is Sync better than Shelter, right? So, yeah. Not so obvious. Hello? Oh, what? Why am I inactive? It says I'm inactive, but it says claim victory. That's weird. I've never had an opponent like rage quit on a blue overpower. It's a bug with refreshing the page. You aren't inactive. Yeah, that's okay. That's weird. I clicked I want to enable chat, but yeah. Magic the school bus, where are you? Okay, we'll give him a minute, but yeah. Sad. I think we're in a good position though right now. We have tempo. Still have all of our armor. Like life parity, I think means we're ahead. Syndra does feel like those right now, though. What do you mean feels like those? All right. I'm going to click claim victory. Okay, he had the 3-block. Okay, you were right. He had the 3-block react. Yeah, sinks plus loyalty beyond the grave. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, guys. Once again, this is the deck that we've been playing. If you guys want to watch the whole thought process on how we got here, go watch the VOD. But we basically explained how we got here. I built the deck in front of you guys. I showcased a couple games on it. Yeah. I think this is a good starting point for playing against the Florian. So, called Overpower doesn't give Overpower shorted his brain. Maybe. I don't know. All right, guys. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat. If not, I will be getting going soon. 3 for +4 was the last straw, yeah. Those damn warrior players with their blue overpower. One thing goes wrong and you're just throwing your keyboard. Yeah, he expected a +3 pump, and I +4'd, and Magic's the school bus rage quit, I guess. Thanks for the stream. Yep, you're welcome. Tuning in late, glad to see a build like this compared to the last iteration. TY for stream, yep. Should I send this on my next PQ? Well, if you can pilot Dawnblade Dory well, I think this is a pretty strong way to play here at the moment. Because like I said, you have game into Florian and Aurora. So, why are we playing Dauntless? Because it reduces the amount of block that Florian can produce, and it means it's more likely that they put a D-React into the arsenal, which means if we draw a Dauntless or an Emboldened Blade, we can screw them up the turn after. Dauntless is just a very, very, very efficient card against defensive decks that do not run Tunic, which is basically Florian. That is our best tool that we have against them. Wanting to start playing Fab in CC after owning some Blitz decks. Bolton has been my favorite Blitz deck. Is Bolton a decent entry point to CC as a newer player? It is a great way to get into CC. They have a Bolton Armory deck that would be a very, very, very solid starting point. You can upgrade that with a couple of cards here and there. I believe I did make a video on how to do that. It might have been a stream or it might have been a video on the TheCardGuyz channel, but you can look that up. Basically, when the Armory deck came out, I made a video unboxing it and talking about some upgrades that you could have. But Bolton currently is not the strongest hero. I'll preface it that way, but Bolton does teach you a lot about the fundamentals of the game and would be completely capable at an armory level, no problem. If you have some people at your LGS that have played for a while, they probably have a lot of the Bolton cards already. A lot of his deck comes from Monarch, so if they've been playing since Monarch, they probably have the cards. Yeah. Oh, Bolton is one of the cheapest decks that you can buy into in Flesh and Blood. I was taking a Bolton deck to the Pro Tour that cost less than $100, and I considered that full power. So Bolton, excellent way to get into the game. I'm torn between getting the Bolton deck and some upgrades or wait for the Gravy Bones Armory deck. Well, Gravy Bones won't come out for like another month or so, up to you. If I were you, I would, maybe I would just ask some of the people at my LGS if they have Bolton cards, maybe try to build that deck, or play a couple games on Talishar, see how you like that hero. So, speaking of Bolton, I think I will try to make a Bolton stream next week. It's been a while since we've talked about him. And yeah. Either that or it's going to be a Hatchet Dory stream because Aurora's gone. One of those two things. All right. This has been Josh Lau with TheCardGuyz. Thank you for watching. Go play some ProQuest this weekend. If you do, good luck. All right. I'm out. Take care. Bye-bye.